Hey there, everybody. It is a cold, blustery day here in Richmond. I hope all of you are doing well. We're recycling, repurposing a 2023 wall calendar. I think this one came from Dollar Tree. I know that you can find 12 by 12 calendars, off like the previous year in thrift stores and Goodwill and Salvation Army and things like that. And sometimes these are just like a quarter. But I wanted to show you a couple of things that you can do with an expired previous year calendar. The first thing, you guys, is that you can create your very own paper pad. We all know that a paper pad is about 12 by 12. Now these are 11 by 11, but close enough for a 12 by 12 kind of paper pad. So you can make a paper pad just from the illustrations in that old 2023 calendar that would most likely wind up in the trash. So this is my paper pad that I made. I really love it because it's kind of rustic and it's farm oriented. And I mean, look at that. That's absolutely stellar, you guys. It's a really pretty image. And this was the image that was on the front. So you can do a lot with things like this. You can take a template, with something like this. I can't really envision using the whole thing, but you can, I've just got a 2.5 by 3.5 art trading card right here. So I thought I would use this and just kind of place it around and cut out a few art trading cards. So let's do that first. Don't waste paper. I guess that's my takeaway. Just, paper is one of those things that ends up in the recycling. And I think it's a really good idea to keep stuff out of the recycling as much as possible. There's really something to the whole reduce, reuse, re-energize, the things that come into our lives. We're also going to work with some envelopes today, and I'll show you a couple ways to alter envelopes. All right, so what we're going to do here is we just cut these out, and then we have a couple of art trading cards. Perfect. Let's set those to the side. I'm going to pull out my handy dandy little old, man, I've probably had this thing 10 years. It's just patterns, and it's got all kinds of fun patterns in it. I think what I want to use is probably something like a birdie, or you probably could use a template like this, or a butterfly. It's really fun, you guys, to have these sort of templates and just keep them in an envelope, because you never know when you might stumble across some really cool paper and you might want to do this little technique. So this one's really easy too. I'm going to turn this paper this way because I want that butterfly body right there. I want the black to reflect that really pretty butterfly body that we have here. And then we're just going to take my favorite thing in the world, which is a Sharpie marker, and we're just going to trace around that. This is a great project for a rainy, blustery. It's not raining here yet. It's just windy and blustery, and I thought that we would go out today, and then it was like, I really don't want to go out. The weather's just too miserable to do anything with, to do anything outside. The dog has been sleeping all day long. He's sleepy boy, and boy does he sleep when it's not very nice outside. That's what I would have liked to have done all day. I would like to have sat. I am going to leave the legs off this baby. I would like to have sat and read a book or something like that, but it's That's really hard for a girl to do. Is it hard for y'all to do? Is it hard for you to just sit and like relax? I don't seem to have been born with that. Let's take it easy. Genetic disposition. I need to be moving. And I recognized this morning, you know, as I was kind of sitting and having some hot tea, that one of the reasons that I have to keep moving, especially now, was just because last year was such a tumultuous year with a lot of grief, a lot of loss, a lot of mourning, a lot of displaced energy, that I just feel better if I can just keep moving, because I think it keeps your mind occupied. Now, didn't that turn out really pretty, y'all? All right, let's see how Birdie turns out. Because this calendar was like a farmhouse calendar, it really had these subtle, you know, subtle colors and kind of just like that wood grain thing going on to make things really pretty. Okay, another thing is what you're doing, y'all, is you're making your own embellishments, right? Making your own embellishments. There you go. You didn't have to buy them from Michael's, and you didn't have to buy them from a store, and you didn't have to go outside. You're using what you have. You guys know how much I love that. I'll take you in just a little bit here. Here we go. All right, let's carry on. I think, okay, so we got a butterfly, we got a bird. Let's see what else we can make. Hey, you know something that is coming up that would be super, super cool is just to create some beautiful hearts. And whether you choose to trace those or just, you know, cut them out. Even if you just left it like that, that's really nice, you know, that's nice. And I'm not going to cut too close. I know y'all probably laugh at me with my giant scissors, but if I use giant scissors, my hands don't seem to cramp and hurt quite so much the next day. That was pretty. Let's do another one. As a matter of fact, let's do several of those, and you know, we can just make them. Ooh, that's too big. Sorry, my friends. Good grief. There we go. Good gosh, I'm sorry. There we go. Mucho better. All right, so let's fold that right there. Slice. So we can cut a few at one time. Let's see how that might work. Yay! Worked really well. Ooh, I love those. Because they do have like the painty thing going on. Wood green. The awesome blue and white. There we go. Those look pretty cool, don't they? Okay, one more time. Go in just a little bit, but not too much. So you can kind of see what's going on here. All right, we've got this much left. I think what I'm going to do is just cut this. And then you could put something on it like that. I mean, that would make a nice little embellishment. Something nice to stick in cards. Okay, so we still have some hearts left. Let's go ahead and grab a glue stick and start putting some of this stuff together. I moved my office around and I can't find anything. You know, you clean up and then it's like, uh-oh. Uh-oh, can't find anything. So there we go. That looks really nice. And then I think we can do something to the center of this. Maybe add a word. Now remember, this is just scrapping, right? So let's see if we can find a word. This says good. And I really like the way that looks. The only thing that I'm concerned about is the, I'm concerned that the grays kind of blend in too much. So I'm just going to take my Sharpie and give our word. Here we go. We could also go ahead and add this to an art trading card. Okay, I like that idea too. But what I'm going to do here is just add a few circles. Another good idea for something like this, and we'll do this on the next one, is to make this look like stitching by just using a line instead of circles. Okay, so we have this, this and this, and this, 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 and this. We'll put it all together. Again, you know, it's just scrappy stuff. And then I'm going to put the word good right on top of the heart, because you can still get the, sense of the heart, you know. There we go. We just made a super cool art trading card. Really cool. A nice word to, you know, to see every day. A wonderful little element to put into Happy Mail or somebody's birthday card or something like that. You could take them a little bit further and you know, put a backing on them like this and be able to put a magnetic strip or something right there and hang that on your fridge. And you didn't buy a piece of plastic, and you didn't buy something that is just going to stay in a landfill forever and ever and ever. So there you go. Let's see if we can do this one. I think for this one, let's try going this way. And remember, I said that we could do something that looked like stitching. Here we go. Stitch, 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 stitch. A stitch in time saves 9. I do not know what that means, but I like it. All right. There we go. This says who. And there we go. ATC number 2. All right. What else can we do here? I'm just going to put these to the side. I've still got that. I've still got some beautiful hearts right here. Let's kind of take a gander at what we have left from our calendar. The front of the calendar, the back of the calendar are a heavyweight cardstock. So you could take each one of these illustrations from the calendar, add some cardboard on the back, and then be able to make, again, you know, fridge magnets or something like that. I think for my my plan is to just use it like this, and I can use it for inserts in the pockets of my creative journals. I think they would make lovely inserts. Speaking of creative journals, I have one more in the shop. The Etsy store is on vacation from January the 11th through the 22nd, 23rd, something like that. I will not be here. I will be having a working vacation. All right, and then there's always this illustration as well. Another great way to create an embellishment, something to stick into a pocket. And there we go. So all of this is coming from one 2023 11 by 11 or 12 by 12. I know some calendars are bigger. Wall calendar. Now I've got this really nice piece right here. I think what I want to do is just kind of make this again into something that I can stick into a pocket of a journal. I will be making journals when I get back from my workcation. But no more in the shelf. I'm looking at one. I have one left on the shelf. Oh, blessed be. Goodness, that's just such a sweet thing to see. All right, let's go ahead and... You know, I kind of thought maybe the butterfly would be really good right here, but I think the colors are too close, don't you? So we're going to put this heart right here. There's a degree of flow to this. And don't you love, like, flow? Because it speaks to your heart. It puts you in touch with your inner creator, your inner spirit. Some people call that the Holy Spirit. Man, that one turned out really good. I'm super happy with that. And like I said, it's a cardstock element. Embellishment, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so we're done with this. And we've got, and you could also turn these into bookmarks by just putting a hole right here and using like some baker's twine or something. You know, you could probably do the same kind of thing here, but I think these would fit really well in in my creative journal, in the pockets of my creative journals. I've got this piece left, but I also have some envelopes over here that I would like to glean for some patterned paper. And this is the way that I process my envelopes. These are just envelopes that, you know, come in the mail, this and that. Even when you open it, it's funny, it says, please recycle this envelope. Only people who are slicing them open to recycle them would ever see the recycling idea in there, which is kind of funny. I sort of just like this paper, so I'm just going to leave that as it is. You know, guys, don't forget that, you know, stamps and postmarks are always on envelopes. And they're always fun to, you know, to create with. So we made a heart here. We just did something really, really fast. And then with this one, you have a little strip right here. I don't know what I'm going to do with that quite yet. A lot of people are very creative with these envelope windows. And they can create all kinds of wonderful things with them. I don't do that, because I'm not that good. I'm not that good of a creator. You also could use the words, please recycle, as like part of a word bank, right? Put that on a piece of cardstock and have an addition to your word bank. So can you see how much paper we're getting out of this? An old wall calendar and envelopes. Now this is just like stuff that came. I've got to get this off my desk. I think this is like just a couple days mail. And then, you know, there's the opportunity to just start harvesting the actual this is a good envelope. Let's just transform this into something else. A lot of times I send my mama articles from magazines, and this is a great envelope. I don't buy envelopes because I just always do this. So this was like, I think it was in my power bill or something. It's where you can send them money. Send them money. Send them more money. Money, money, money. Okay, I'm just going to tear this. I love the torn look. So we're going to cover over the window. Let's cover over the window. Just like that. Don't buy envelopes. And then for the address, you know, you could write on here, but I think the post office might have a little bit of a difficulty in reading that. So there is our envelope, our address section. And just to highlight that address section, let's just do this. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and write Mama and Daddy, because I do have some magazine articles to send to my mama, and I'll put the return address right here. And wham bam, thank you ma'am, it's ready to roll. Love, love, love this technique, you guys. I think the best thing to do when you have something like this, when you want to start a project like this, is don't get too much. You know, try to set aside a little bit of time every couple of days to process your stash of junk mail. Okay, so I can set that to the side. I'm going to put that on my desk. We had an illustration from some propaganda that I got. So we can use that beautiful illustration, a sleeping girl and a sweet little doggy. I thought that was a corgi, but I'm kind of not thinking it is. All right, so we've got this that we can work with. Let's go ahead and glue that down. So we're using some inserts that I got in the mail. And, you know, I kind of like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I would like a word, but I'm not going to. Yeah, that's fine. Those lazy winter days when you can snuggle up with your pet. There you go. All right, I still have some of this. I still have another envelope. this, I'm going to make a heart. Valentine's will be here before we know it. And then Easter. And then summer. Then fall. Then the doldrums sit in again. Hey, that turned out pretty. Look at that. Yeah, that works. I hope that that you guys will try this. You know, use up that paper. There are so many tutorials on YouTube that show you how to use your scrap paper, how to use your junk mail. So there's no lack of wonderful information and how-tos and tutorials out there to kind of get your creative energy kind of flowing for a project like this. I have a lot of just so much respect for the folks who spend their time on YouTube teaching us how to do things. Last year, I learned how to crochet from just some wonderful crochet instructors on YouTube, and I learned how to paint watercolor from Diane Antone. I will link her in the description box below. She's just phenomenal, amazing. She and her daughter, Tamsin does, Tamsin is her admin. She's just amazing. There we go. I made another little piece. Pretty pretty. You could also like put this on another piece of, you know, paper and then make it even bigger. You could even, you know, going back to our initial 11 by 11 paper stack, you could choose, you know, maybe I don't know. This is torn at the top. See, I mean, you can make a little piece like that too. Torn at the top, so let's cut that off. Keep that. Let's fold it in half. We can make a journal cover out of this. And then we'll just put the butterfly right there. So you made a journal cover as well out of just scrappy bits, my friends. Okay, give it a go. Let's see what we got done today. Please remember to recycle and love each other, even though love is sometimes very difficult, because love does involve loss and pain and hurt, but it also involves healing for those of us who have experienced loss or tragedy or heartache this past year. America, America, America. It sometimes doesn't quite look right, but even though it's boo and scary sometimes, it's still our home and our happy place. This spring, go to a farmer's market and get some fresh eggs and fruits and vegetables, and always be thankful and grateful for everything that is blessed in your life. Create love, gather together, visit a farm and get some honey. Eat well, travel often. Good things come to those who bake. Yes. And then before you know it, y'all, we'll be celebrating Merry Christmas again. Our farmers market days will be over. We will be thinking of winter things and who to buy gifts for and who is naughty or nice or good. All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out today. I'll talk to you soon.